Namaste, welcome to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are here at YENRI, Yoga Environment Neuroscience Research Institute. On this auspicious day of International Mother's Day, we are going to discuss shloka number 11 to 20 and finish the chapter 15, that is Purushottam Yoga. I welcome Vasundhara ji to chant all the shlokas of this chapter and bless us with the beautiful shlokas. Thank you very much. Vasundhara ji.
अथ पंचदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमयोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलम् अधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतास्तस्य शाखा अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतस्य शाखा गुणप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवालाः अधश्च मूलान् यनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न सम्प्रदिष्टा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा ततः पदं तत्परिमार्गतव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यत्तः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोष अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वै विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढा पदमव्ययं तत् न तत् भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम ममैव वासो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातनः मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयन्ति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगत् भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकं गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेदविदेव चाहं द्वाविमो पुरुषे लोके क्षरश्चाक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमपुरुषस्त्वन्य परमात्मेत्युदाहतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्व व्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमानः स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सदिति भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः। Are you getting?
Thank you very much, Vasundhara ji, for such a beautiful chanting of all the shlokas of chapter number 15. Thank you very much. Now, who is the first person? Is the first person present? If he is present, then we can listen from him directly, or I think we will have to play the recording. Is the first person available?
Jai sir.
Is he there or not there? I think he has sent the recording. So let us dive into the recording. Means I have a recording. Let us do that. Yeah, today almost 5-6 people have sent their recordings. It is beating the I don't know what I should tell. I don't have words. That's all I can say. I don't know.
नमस्ते एवरीवन। श्लोक नंबर 11, अध्याय 15। ओम सर्वस्य हृदि सन्निवेष्टो मातः स्मरति ज्ञानरमापोहनं वेदश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेदो वेदान्तकृदेव इस श्लोक के माध्यम से भगवान यानी श्री कृष्ण हमें बताना चाह रहे हैं कि मैं प्रत्येक जीव के हृदय में आसीन हूँ। मुझ में ही स्मृति, ज्ञान तथा विस्मृति होती है और मैं ही वेदों के द्वारा जानने योग्य हूँ। निस्संदेह मैं वेदांत का संकलन करता तथा समस्त वेदों को जानने वाला हूँ। थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर लिसनिंग टू मी।
I think he chanted sloka number 15, thinking that it is sloka number 11. Anyhow,
Correct. I was to take it, sir.
huh?
I was the one to chant it.
But
Indira
here
ji.
it is written Jai. Okay, anyhow, chalo, you chant them.
Okay.
Do it, Amma. Shloka number 11.
I have taken sloka number 15, which he chanted by mistake. I don't know.
Okay, Amma. Sorry. So here we have shloka number 11. Yatanto yoginaschainam पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानो नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः. Yatanta means to struggle. Okay. Yoginah, yogi means the person who is established in oneself, and Ainam means the Atma. Pashyanti means to see. Atmani, in the body. Avasthitam means it is present. It is established completely. Yatanta, once again, to struggle. Api, even though. Akrita Atmanaha means those whose minds are not purified. Nainam means not. They do not recognize. They become achetasaha. Achetasaha means they are unconscious. So what happens is, that Atma gets established in oneself. That is what is yogi. And that is what all the yogis are striving for. But those who are not yogi, those who are not doing any karma, or those who are not doing any action for the same, that is akrita atmanaha. Akrita atmanaha is very important word here, akrita. Akrita means the person who is not engaging in any escalation work. Escalation work here means to elevate one's consciousness. One who does not finish the path of yoga. One who thinks, Array, there is no benefit for me anymore here, so I will carry on in one other direction. People randomly, they means it's so, what do you call? I am not, I will continue even if nobody comes. Okay, I will continue this on my own. If nobody comes also, I will continue this. It's not a problem. But I am seeing people getting distracted on, we are on 15th chapter, only 3 chapters are remaining now. But still I saw so many people coming, going, coming, going, coming, going. Oh, here means I am not telling that you follow me, but at least you follow Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and I'm 110% sure that many of them who leave from here, they are not going to look into the book also, because at least you are sitting here and listening for 10 shlokas. Your 10 shlokas are getting finished, and ultimately you will finish all the 700 shlokas. But no, we want to not finish the work, and we want to carry on to some other place where some other things are available, or some means it may be more lucrative, or it may be something more, I don't know. So anyhow, continue on your path. Akruta is not in my character. I am going to continue even if nobody comes. Okay. One who ignores the relationship. Akruta means one who ignores the relationships, and despite so much of efforts taken by the relationships, that person will run away from the relationship. So here one more thing, that those who escape from Grihasthashram, that is also not correct, because Grihasthashram is the one who will make you a great sannyasi. And all the actions, any kind of actions, one person who is escaping, that is akrutaha. Now akrutaha leads to achetaha. Achetaha means the person who is unconscious. Achetasaha. Unconscious, how? Not body wise. The person who has left the understanding to think, who has left the understanding to dive deep into one's consciousness and find out what is going wrong. One who has lost the capability to do some meditation or dhyana. One who has lost consciousness, not just as a face value, but overall consciousness through which we can improvise ourselves. So that is what is this beautiful shloka number 11. Now here I want to give some examples about achetasaha. I have got recently, I met somebody who means very unfortunate example, but let me tell, because that will help us to understand what is going on with the youngsters nowadays. I got one 19-year-old boy, and he used to masturbate more than 8 times a day. He used to masturbate more than 8 times a day, so much so that he lost interest in everything. And because of that, he felt that he has lost his masculinity, and he thought of transforming his gender. That, okay, my manhood is completely gone now. Now I want to get transformed into a girl. That much of impact the company in the school has, because I asked from where it started. Then he told that at 13 years of age, his classmates were speaking, it created curiosity, and then each of them used to boast, I did 2 times, I did 3 times, somebody told I did 5 times, and he thought that, okay, this is the bar, and then he used to try to do it more than that, and it just sucked out the virya from his body. This is akruta. This is achetasaha. This happens when parents are not good friends of their children. This happens when parents are busy minting money, thinking that they are going to secure the child's education. But the the right education is communication. Right education is talking to your child, giving that required love and attention when child is at home. So this is just one example, tip of the iceberg. When I see children, I know what is going on. It's very unfortunate. And this is what is the example of akruta and achetasa. Next, shloka number 12. That is also recording. Then I will play the recording of that.
No, sir, I am there, sir.
Okay, you are there.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Purushottama Vibhaga Yoga, chapter number 15, shloka number 12. Yadaditya gatat tejo jagadvasi mate kilam yaschandramasi yachchagnau tatte tejo viddhimamakam. The translation of this shloka is, here Sri Krishna says, I am like the brilliance of the sun that illuminates the entire solar system. The radiance of the moon and the brightness of the fire also come from me. In the human form, we tend to forget our origin and eternal form. We regard ourselves as the physical body and get attracted to our bodily relations. Parents, spouse, children, material wealth, etc. We feel they are the most significant. We also forget that it is God who is creating, who is creator and sustainer of the entire universe. In this sloka, Lord Krishna has said that the entire creation is the manifestation of his energy. Even the sun gets its radiance from him. According to the scientific theories, the energy emitted every second by the sun is equivalent to millions of nuclear plants put together, and it has been an uninterrupted process for billions of years. Yet, this energy has not reduced in any way. The glory and brilliance of the sun are a part of God's wonderful creation. Similarly, the night sky is lit up by the moon. Though our mundane intellect might want us to believe that, it is also scientifically concluded that moonshine is due to the reflection of the sun's light. But the periodic movement of the moon is also part of the God's amazing creation. The sun, the moon, the planets, stars, and Pancha Mahabhutas, earth, water, air, fire, and ether, is in fact the entire universe is the manifestation of God's vibhutis. It would be very naive to think that such an amazing celestial arrangement is a result of some random Big Bang. There is a story in Kenopanishad which explicates this. Once there was a prolonged war between the Devatas and Daityas. Eventually, the Devatas won by the grace of God. But their pride made them think that it was due to their own strength. God wanted to teach them a lesson. He manifested as an effulgent and powerful yaksha in the celestial sky. When Indra, the king of heaven, saw this yaksha, he felt insecure and intimidated. To find out who this yaksha was, he sent Agni, the fire god. With great pride, Agni challenged the yaksha and said, I am the fire god, the possessor of power to burn the entire world within seconds. Please reveal yourself. The yaksha put in front of him a piece of straw and asked him if he could burn it. Agni laughed. Can a blade of grass be a test for my immense power? Let that be. But when he moved forward to burn it, he could not and started feeling very cold himself. God had taken away his powers, defeated and embarrassed. He ran back to Indra. Next, Indra sent Vayu, the wind god, to inquire who this yaksha was. He went to the yaksha and said, I am the wind god and possess the power to turn the world upside down within a few seconds. Reveal who you are. Again, the yaksha put a piece of straw in front of Vayu and said, turn this over if you can. Vayu smirked and with pride and tried to blow it, but could not. He felt powerless and returned to Indra. Now, Indra was raged and came to challenge the Yaksha himself. But then Yaksha had disappeared, and in his place was seated goddess Uma, God's divine Yogamaya power. A baffled Indra asked her, "O divine mother, please tell me, who was that powerful Yaksha?" She answered, "O imprudent child, you could not recognize him. Your pride had blinded your prudence. He was your supreme father, your creator, and the power source. Without him, you would be powerless." Realizing his mistake, Indra begged for forgiveness. Hari Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Hello, sir.
Namaste. Thank you very much, Ravi Shankar ji. What happens is that the toolbar, no, it gets disappeared. And
Okay,
then
okay.
I have to unmute, so I have to bring the toolbar back. That is why it
Okay.
takes some time.
No problem.
Thank
No
you. Thank
problem.
you very much for such a
wel-
detailed explanation of
welcome,
this
sir.
sloka. And yeah, means it's all about that teja. Tej
Yes.
is everywhere. It is outside as well as it is inside. The tej of our own self, our own atma also is very, very important. Okay, and it happens. It is brought when we recognize our true selves. We recognize what is there since the time immemorial.
Yes.
Now, next one is Bhanumati ji. If you are there, Bhanumati ji,
Yes,
you are
sir.
most
Yes,
welcome.
sir. Good
Please
evening,
chant.
sir.
Yeah, chant.
Hello. Are you
Namaste.
able to
Please
hear me?
chant. Yeah, we are able to hear you.
Namaste. Yeah, okay, sir. सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. अतः पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चाौषधी सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः. इस मंत्र में भगवान ये बता रहे हैं कि मैं पृथ्वी में प्रविष्ट होकर अपने उस बल से, कौन सा बल ये बता रहे हैं, काम राग विवर्जित ऐश्वर्य बल से जगत को धारण करने के लिए पृथ्वी में प्रविष्ट करूंगा. पृथ्वी में प्रविष्ट होकर चराचर समस्त भूत प्राणियों को धारण करता हूँ. यहाँ धारण का अर्थ ये समझना है, नियंत्रण करना या स्वाधीन करना. धारण करना इसलिए जरूरी है कि जिस बल के कारण भारवती पृथ्वी नीचे नहीं गिरती और पड़ती भी नहीं. यही बात वेद मंत्र भी कहते हैं, जिससे द्युलोक और भारवती पृथ्वी दृढ़ रहे. ये तैत्रीय संहिता में शायद ये रेफर किया हुआ है. भगवान और भी विशदी करते हैं कि मैं ही रस स्वरूप का चंद्रमा होकर पृथ्वी में उत्पन्न होने वाली व्रीहि यवादि समस्त औषधियों का पोषण करता हूँ, अर्थात उनको पुष्ट और स्वाद युक्त करता हूँ. चंद्रमा सब रसों का आत्मा है, जो समस्त रसों की खनी है. वही अपने रस का संचार करके समस्त वनस्पतियों का पोषण किया करता है. यही है इस मंत्र का तात्पर्य. हरि ओम तत्सत.
Thank you very much. A very beautiful explanation in Hindi. Here, Bhagwan Sri Krishna is talking about Sarvaha Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha, means Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. So, Som here is not only moon, but moon represents our consciousness. Moon represents our mind, and it represents the beautiful mind. It represents that juice. Rasa means that juice which grants the energy, divine energy, in the divine nutrition in each and every aspect of life. It also, Som also represents perfection required with regular practice. If you see, the Chandrama has Chandra Kalas, and those Chandra Kalas, they bring Chandrama into Purnima, and then they slowly remove also. So it's like a stage by stage execution of the beauty of life. Also, Chandra is very mild. Soma is very, very mild. Soma is, not noticeable immediately. It is noticed only when one enters into that phase of consciousness where, okay, I want to recognize what is the role of Soma. Then you will be able to recognize. Otherwise, you will be distracted by nearby fire or nearby some attractions. If you want to have the divine bliss of the Soma, then you have to raise your head up. You have to look up. You have to absorb that energy. You have to absorb that Soma rasa. When you put your mind into it, when you put your mind nobly into it, that is the beauty of this shloka, where we are talking about celestial bodies like Prithvi, like Surya, like Chandra, and we are understanding their importance in our lives. Thank you very much. Next one, 14th shloka. Who is that? Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamanyam Chaturvidham. I think it is Gautam Gauren, and he has shared his recording also. So let us, we will play.
आज का श्लोक चलते शुरू करता हूँ। ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथो श्रीमद् भगवद गीता पंचदश अध्यायः पुरुषोत्तम योगः। श्री भगवानुवाच अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणपानसमायुक्तः पचामह्यं चतुर्विधम्। श्लोक का अर्थ है, मैं ही सब प्राणियों के शरीर में स्थित रहने वाला प्राण और अपान से संयुक्त वैश्वान और अग्नि रूप होकर 4 प्रकार के अन्नों को बचाता हूँ। इस श्लोक का व्याख्या है, अहम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः। भगवान 12वें श्लोक में अग्नि को प्रकाशक शक्ति में अपने प्रभाव का वर्णन करने के बाद भगवान इस श्लोक में वैश्वानर रूप अग्नि को पाचन शक्ति में अपने प्रभाव का वर्णन करते हैं। तात्पर्य यह है कि अग्नि के दोनों ही कार्य भगवान के ही शक्ति से होता है। प्राणियों के शरीर का पुष्ट करने तथा उनके प्राणों की रक्षा करने के लिए भगवान की वैश्वानर यानी जठराग्नि के रूप से इन प्राणियों के शरीर में रहते हैं। मनुष्य की तरह लता वृक्ष आदि स्थावर और पशु पक्षी आदि जंगम प्राणियों में भी वैश्वानर की पाचन शक्ति काम करती है। लता वृक्ष आदि जो खाद्य जल ग्रहण करती है, पाचन शक्ति के द्वारा उसका ग्रहण करते हैं। पाचन शक्ति के द्वारा उसको ग्रहण करते हैं और पाचन होने के फलस्वरूप इनका वृद्धि होता है। प्राण अपान समायुक्त। शरीर में प्राण अपान समान उदान और बयान ये 5 प्रधान वायु और नाग कूर्म कुकर देवदत्त और धनंजय ये 5 उप प्रधान वायु रहता है। इस श्लोक में भगवान 2 प्रधान वायु प्राण और अपान की वर्णन करते हैं, क्योंकि ये दोनों वायु जठराग्नि को प्रतीक करता है। जठराग्नि से बचे हुए भोजन के सूक्ष्म अंश या रस को शरीर के प्रत्येक अंग में पहुंचाने का सूक्ष्म कार्य भी मुख्यतः प्राण और अपान वायु का ही है। पचामन्यम चतुर्विधम। प्राणी 4 प्रकार के अन्नों का भोजन करता है। भोज्य, पहला नंबर भोज्य, जो अन्न दांतों से चबाकर खाया जाता है, जैसे रोटी, पुआल। पेय, जो अन्न निगला जाता है, जैसे खिचड़ी, हलवा, दूध, रस आदि। शस्य, दांतों से दबाकर जिस खाद्य पदार्थों का रस चूसा जाता है और बचे हुए असार भाग को थूक दिया जाता है, जैसे ऊख, आम आदि वृक्ष आदि स्थावर योनियां इसी प्रकार से अन्नों को ग्रहण करती है।
और लज्य जो अन्न यहाँ से चाटा जाता है, जैसे चाटनी, शहद आदि। अन्न के ऊपर एक तो 4 प्रकार में भी एक एक के अनेक भेद है। भगवान कहते हैं कि उन चारों प्रकार के अन्नों को वैश्वानर रूप में मैं ही पचाता हूँ। अन्नों का जैसा कोई अंश नहीं है जो मेरी शक्ति के बिना पच सके। श्री कृष्ण अर्पणमस्तु। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, Gautam. I think you were all able to hear it. I hope you were able to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Very good, very good. So here, I don't think anything extra needs to be told from what Gautam has told. And whenever we have food, at that time we have to observe and we have to be grateful to Vaishwanar, to Purushottam, and to Bhagwan Sri Krishna, thinking that the digestion is not happening by Mayur, digestion is happening by Vaishwanar, and then automatically all the problems will start getting solved. It is not me who is digesting this food. It is not me whose digestion is great. There are many people, no, who praise themselves for their great digestion, so-called great digestion. I can eat this much, I can eat that much. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. Please understand that this digestion is divine process and surrender yourself in that manner. And please do not eat to show off that how much you can eat. Please eat only how much is required for this body. Prana apan here is about inhalation and exhalation. It's about oxygen and carbon dioxide. The discussion which we have in understanding of Pancha Mukhya Pranas is slightly different from what value Prana and Apan have here. Prana and Apan here are nothing but oxygen and carbon dioxide formed as the result of digestion of the food in each and every cell. Okay, with this understanding, I think we will move on to 15th number shloka, and I request Indira ji to once again chant this shloka and explain the meaning, whatever they have prepared for themselves.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Shloka 15. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृति ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेद विदेह चाहं. Meaning, I am seated in every heart, and from me arise remembrance, knowledge, and reason. I am to be known by all Vedas. I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Here, the omnipresent God, Paramatma, resides in all beings. The Jivatma, when it takes a new body, forgets all its previous existence. But Bhagavan, who remains as a Sakshi for all our karmas, decides the actions and the karmas of the new Jiva. Our present karmas have a lot of influence on our present life and the karmas through which we pass through in this life. The Supreme Consciousness is not only omnipresent and omnipotent, he is the essence of every being. He is the embodiment of the Vedas. Man has to lead his life with this awareness. His every action should be with this understanding. That is, once we have to go back to the original self. Here I would like to add this. We are all mere actors on the stage of the world. One day we have to return to our eternal source. So let us live by spreading love, peace to each being as long as we are here. We come from the Supreme Being and we have to return to that Supreme Self itself. Om Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice explanation of this shloka, Indira ji. And what we should, like, when we are thinking that, okay, I am not worshipping Krishna, I am worshipping something else. But it is not like that. If we realize that every aspect everything is filled with Bhagavan Sri Krishna, then it becomes very easy for us to worship in any form. It may be a form of a stone, or it may be a form of food, it may be form of air, it may be form of light, it can be anything, but we will be able to develop that bhakti, develop that sincerity, develop that gratitude within us. When we seek the truth is that Paramatma is all pervading. And when it happens, we start feeling Paramatma everywhere. Within us also is Paramatma. And sometimes when we hate ourselves or when we hate others, we are hating Paramatma indirectly. Definitely, there are some creatures, there will be some creatures, there will be so many instances for ourselves also, where we will get disturbed from our godly position, from our position of understanding the God correctly. But at that time, we have to bring justice to our own selves. And through that, we will be able to achieve our true goal of life. So please, whenever you want to develop a wealth, you develop a wealth of divine qualities. Whenever you want to have desires, you have desires of greatness and excellence on the spiritual path. And with that understanding, with that intense practice, we will be able to achieve what we need to achieve. That is Purushottam. That is to become Purushottam. That is to achieve, understand, and execute Purushottam within us. Okay. There are so many things in this sloka, but as we have to finish the line, we will move on. If we get the time back once again, we will come back to this, and then we will discuss some more, because there are some very beautiful characteristics in this shloka. Smriti Gnanam Apohanam Cha. This is very interesting, because memory is a part of neuroscience, and what we call here as apohanam is to get rid of the memory, that is forgetting things. So this is very interesting. I would like to explain this, but not now. If we get time in the end, we will do that. Okay. Next one, 16th sloka. Who is that? Godamani ji, is she there? I think she has shared recording again. So it's really challenging to put recording and maintain the quality of voice. Okay. Anyhow, means I do not have any words for anybody today. It has like half of the people have shared recordings.
Namaste, Doctor. Namaste, entry bandhus. Now I am going to chant Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, shloka number 11 to 20. Om Sri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Panchadashodhyayaha Purushottama Yogaha Yatanto Yoginaschainam Pasyantyatmanyavasthitam Yatanto Krita Atmano Nainam Pashyanta Chetasaha Yadaditya Tejo Jagatmasayate Kilam Yachandramasi Yachagno Tattejo Viddhimamakam Kamavishya Bhutani Tarayamyahamojasa Vishnami Chaushadi Sarvaha Somo Bhutarasat Aham Vachato Bhutra Kaminam Dehamashita Kanam कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमः पुरुषस्तन्यः परमात्मेति उदाहृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य बिभर्त्यव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च रचितः पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेव सम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम् स सर्वविद् वदति माम् सर्वभावेन भारत इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदमुक्तं मया नघ एतत् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः। ॐ सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणम्। I will be very happy if someone wants to chant this shlokas, Doctor. Thank you.
Yeah, it happened.
Namaste, Doctor, and Indri Bandhus.
Now I think she is explaining 16th sloka now.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Purushottam Yoga. I'm chanting 16th shloka. द्वाविमौ पुरुषो लोके चरश्चाक्षर एव च चरः सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते. Meaning, there are two kinds of purushas in this world. They are perishable and imperishable. Of these, the bodies of all beings are spoken of the perishable, while the Jivatma or the embodied soul is called imperishable. Summary. The use of two adjectives, Dva and Imau, with Purushas is intended to convey that the categories mentioned in this verse under the names of Chara and Achara form part of the three categories that are being discussed in this chapter. And the word Purushasu refers no other than the two categories under the names of Apara and Para Prakritis. Apara is that which is obvious, the material world. Para is that which is subtle, which is not seen, from which everything has come, in which everything stays, and to which everything goes. Para is a mixture of both something seen and something cannot be seen. Like body is seen, but mind cannot be seen. But mind is there and can be felt in a different way. One's own self is called Adhyatma. The embodied soul, the physical manifestation that is constantly changing, is called Adibhuta, and is under the category of this physical body. The field of activities is termed as Kshetra. The one who knows this body is called Kshetragna, the knower of the field. By speaking of the one's Chara and other as Achara, the Lord conveys that the two are entirely different from each other. The word Bhutani in this verse denotes all the three bodies of the Jiva, the physical, the astral, and the casual. It is these three types of bodies that have been referred to under the collective name of Kshetra. Understood in this light, the word Bhutani, qualified by the adjective Sarvani, would come to mean the entire world of matter. This world of matter is perishable and transient. This is what is borne out by such statements as all these bodies have been spoken of as perishable, and all perishable objects are Adibhuta. The word Kutastha denotes the self-dwelling in all bodies. The self continues to be the same under all circumstances. It never changes. Hence, it is termed as kutastha or immutable. And it is beyond decay, destruction, or extinction. Hence, it is imperishable. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanam. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Godamaniji. I do not have much to say, but if you want me to say once in like small examples, the Kshara is body, Akshara is Atma, like that. So just once again, you can go into Kshara is Prakriti and Akshara is Purusha. Kshara is manifest, Akshara is unmanifested, so on and so forth. Okay, so already these kind of discussions have happened multiple number of times. We will go on to the 17th shloka. Who is 17th shloka?
Me, Vijay Kumar.
Vijay, please.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Purushottama Yoga, chapter 15. I'll be chanting Shloka 17. Uttama Purusha Swanya Paramatmetyudahritaha Yogo Yo Logetrayamavishya Vivartavyaya Ishvaraha. Uttama, the supreme Purusha, two, but Anya, another, Paramatma, the highest self, supreme self, iti, thus Udahradaha, called Ya, who Logatraya, the three worlds, Avishya, Vibharti, all pervading and sustains, Avyaya, the indestructible, Ishvara, is Lord. The basic meaning is, but distinct is the Supreme Purusha called the highest self and the indestructible Lord, who pervades and sustains the whole universe, all three worlds. In the previous shlokas, Sri Krishna talks about the various worlds and categories of souls. Here he speaks of God, Supreme Personality, Paramatma, or Supreme Soul. He emphasizes the fact that Paramatma is different from Atma. There is a distinction. The individual soul, Atma, is tiny and limited to the confines of the material body. Supreme Soul is also present in every individual soul, in every life, irrespective of the species the soul gets born into. Takes an observer, like an observer, keeping an account of their karmas, leading to varying results. The Supreme Soul continues to be inside like an operating system, encompassing the software to operate with the appropriate vasanas and karmic traits. This explains even animals with different destinies. This extends to higher realms of life at near end of the spectrum, as well as to the lower ones as minerals, non-living objects. The Supreme Soul also exists as four-armed Vishnu, Mahavishnu, as Paramatma, as a protector and sustainer. In this instance, I want to add a tribute to all mothers, because we normally consider the Paramatma as, is he man or human form? On this day, we worship the Divine Mother of all souls, and also her presence as incarnated in the millions of earthly mothers.
God as a divine mother ever watches over her human children, peeping through the caring hearts of all true mothers. An extract from Paramahamsa Yogananda. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.
Beautiful explanation given by Vijay Kumarji. I do not have any words to explain further. Not do it because I respect whatever you have explained, and I hope with our eyes closed we were able to get a glimpse of Paramatma, and I wish that we will be able to experience as much as possible. Thank you very much. Next one, 18th.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. This is Shiv Shankar.
Namaste, Shiv Shankar ji. After a long gap, you are most welcome.
Clashing.
You are doing well and your health is well.
No, health, apart from health, my Sanskrit classes were clashing with that doctor. That's why I could not attend. Though I would have loved to.
Okay. Please come.
I am chanting Shloka 18, chapter 15, Purushottam Yoga. Yasmat ksharamati toham aksharaadapi chottamaha atosmi loke vedecha pratitah purushottamaha. In my opinion, this is a very important shloka. Of course, every shloka in Bhagavad Gita is important, but this is something unique because the name for this chapter, the caption for this chapter is derived as Purushottam Yoga because of this shloka only, in my opinion. The literal meaning is, since I am beyond Kshara Purusha and superior to Akshara Purusha, I am well known in the world and in the Vedas as Purushottama. Here, these are little technical terms. Already in Shloka 16, Godamani ji had explained about this Kshara and Akshara Purusha, which was subsequently explained by Dr. Mayurji as Atma and Deha and then Prakriti Purusha. So I want to explain little differently perhaps about these three. Lord Krishna divides the whole universe into three portions. Number one, the visible universe, which is accessible, perceptible to our sense organs. This is the manifest creation. Krishna gives a technical name for this component, the Kshara Purusha. Number two, when the matter is destroyed, it is converted to an unmanifest form. Krishna gives a technical name for the unmanifest creation, the Akshara Purusha. This is an exceptionally rare usage because normally the word Akshara is used for Nirguna, Brahma, or consciousness. Number three, the consciousness principle or Chetana Tattvam, which is distinct and independent from matter. Krishna names this as Uttama Purusha. The third component, Krishna says, is the supreme one because that is Sarva Adharam, the substratum and the essence of all. Now in this sloka, Krishna says, the aim of every spiritual seeker is the knowledge of Purushottama. Let us see some of the phrases meaning. Yasmat ksharam atitaha. Consciousness is superior to Kshara Purusha. Ksharam means manifest matter and consciousness is superior to manifest matter. Aham aksharad apicha uttamaha. Consciousness is superior to even unmanifest matter. Consciousness is uttamaha, superior most, as the consciousness is superior to both Kshara and Akshara Purushaha. Atah asmi pratitaha purushottamaha. Being the superior most, pratitaha, the consciousness is well known as Uttama Purusha, or if you reverse it, Purushottamaha. And where is it well known? Lokecha, Vedecha. Both in the world of people as well as in the scriptures. Here, instead of saying consciousness is superior, Krishna quietly identifies the consciousness, claiming it as his real nature. Therefore, Krishna is Purushottamaha. We are not referring to Krishna Shariram. We are not referring to Saguna Krishna. We are referring to Nirguna Krishna, who is Chaitanya Swarupa. Krishnarpanamastu.
Thank you very much, Shiv Shankar ji, for such a beautiful explanation. After this, we will move on to the 19th shloka.
Namaste, Dr. Rajeshwari.
Namaste, Rajeshwari.
19th sloka. Yo mamev sammudah janati purushottamam sa sarvavit bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. Those who know me without doubt as the supreme divine personality truly have complete knowledge. O Arjun, they worship me with their whole being. Vedavyas has declared that Supreme Lord is the supreme entity manifest in three ways in the world as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, and in different names as Ramakrishna, etc., Jesus, Allah, etc., etc., as per their individual community, etc. That does not mean that these are different entities. All these are only manifestations of God. Just as water exists in ice, water, and steam, have different in chapter 12, sloka 2, God has said that Maya Vesha Mano Ye Mam Netya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayo Petaste Me Yukta Tamamataha. Those who fix their minds on me and always engage in my devotion with steadfast faith is considered them as the best yogis. And we can see many examples in Bhagavatam also. First, the main example is about Draupadi. When Vastrabhanam was being done, she was going on asking all the people like Guru and her husband, everybody. But nobody was ready to help her. Then finally she remembers about Lord Krishna and calls him. Immediately he comes to her rescue. And Prahlad, he says when his father asks that whether God is existing in this stamba, he says yes. And just to truthify his this one, he comes, Krishna comes as Nayan Narsimha avatar and kills Hiranyakashipu. Same way, we are having so many examples. Even Satyasai Baba used to say that love all, serve all, and he also used to say, we have full faith in me, I will be with you. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.
Very nice, very beautiful examples, Raja Rajeshwari ji.
Thank you, sir.
The idea of all these shlokas is to develop that, unconditional love and unconditional devotion. Then only we will be able to achieve Purushottama. Very nice. The last shloka is 20th shloka. Who is this? Bhanumati ji, please.
पंचदश अध्याय का लास्ट मंत्र इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदं मुक्तं मया नघ एतद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतकृत्यश्च भारत। ये मंत्र इस अध्याय का अंतिम मंत्र है। इस अध्याय में मोक्ष रूप फल के तत्व ज्ञान को कहकर उसकी स्तुति भी करते हैं। यथा यह गुह्यतम यानी सबसे अधिक गोपनीय गूढ़ रहस्य है। वो रहस्य ये है कि इस अध्याय को शास्त्र नाम से कहा गया है, जो कि सारी गीता का नाम ही शास्त्र कहा जाता है, परंतु यह स्तुति के लिए इस अध्याय को शास्त्र नाम से कहा गया है। इस अध्याय में केवल गीता शास्त्र का अर्थ ही नहीं कहा गया, किंतु इसमें समस्त वेदों का अर्थ भी समाया गया है। जैसे यस्तम वेद से वेदवित वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः इति। इसका अर्थ ये है, जो उसे जानता है वही वेद को जानने वाला है। समस्त वेदों से मैं ही जानने योग्य हूँ। हे पाप रहित अर्जुना, भरत श्रेष्ठ ऐसा संबोधित करते हुए बताते हैं, ऐसा परम गोपनीय शास्त्र मैंने कहा है। ऊपर बतलाए हुए यानी पूरा अध्याय में बताए गए अर्थ से युक्त इस शास्त्र को जानकर ही मनुष्य बुद्धिमान और कृतकृत्य होता है। न अन्य प्रकार से इति। इस प्रकार जो अपना जीवन शैली को अनुष्ठान करता है वो पुरुषाणाम उत्तमः पुरुषोत्तमः कहा जाता है, बन भी जाता है। यह पुरुष अर्थ केवल आदमी इति न लेते मनुष्य इति लेंगे तो सही होगी, क्योंकि ये मूल्य केवल आदमी आदमी इस मतलब जेंट्स या मेन को ही नहीं, स्त्री जात को भी अनुष्ठनीय है। हरि ओम तत्सत।
Thank you very much, Bhanumati ji, for such a beautiful explanation of 20th sloka. Here, after knowing this, we don't need to know anything else. It's only about experience from now onwards. We learned from Purushottam Yoga about the tree of life and how to achieve moksha by cutting this tree of life, by understanding this tree of life and then cutting it, by understanding how the competency can be developed in the practice of yoga, how the supreme abode looks like, how a jivatma has to be, and how Purushottam is present all within us and all around us and all beyond our naked eye understanding. The question remains here after 20 shlokas that how much we are able to experience, how much we are able to devote ourselves, taking the examples of Bhakta Prahlad, Draupadi, so on and so forth. So after discussion is over from here, we have to do our krutya. Our krutya we have to do, and we have to achieve that idea of Purushottam and achieve devotion to Purushottam. Now here I want to go through Smruti, and I was telling that this sloka is very, very interesting. It has intense meaning about Smruti, Gnan and Apohanam. So what is, like, if I ask you, what do you think memory is? Is memory good or is memory bad? Let us have discussion for 2-3 minutes. 16 people are there right now. Or else when you are listening this offline also, please mention in the comment, what do you understand by Smruti? What do you understand by memory? How much beneficial it is and how much dangerous? Anybody?
Memory is beneficial and it's a need also, doctor.
Okay.
Otherwise, we cannot connect ourselves to the present, and also we have to develop ourselves with the smriti in us.
Okay. But do you think that memory is dangerous also?
Yes, it is dangerous. Our past actions or our some experiences bad or some previous which happened to us, if remain in our mind, it will not be hindrance to us in the life.
Okay, but if you remember in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Vrittayaha Panchatayah Klishta Aklishtaha. And what are these Pancha Vrittis of Chitta? What are that? Anybody knows? Anybody remembers? Pramana, Viparyaya, Kalpa, Nidra, Smrutayaha, Smruti. So memory is one of the Chitta's tendencies, Chitta Vritti. Okay. Please mute yourself. Now, after you have spoken, please mute yourself so that others can also hear properly. And this Smruti, how bad it goes bad through the development of hatred because of memory. You remember somebody had done something wrong to you, you will keep on hating that person, right? Everybody, all of us have gone through this. if some wrong experiences happened, then you will be always averse to that situation. You will always develop some kind of nauseous feeling if similar situation arises. Yesterday, all these things I had to see in one person, and I had to consult that person for 4 hours because all these things were happening in her because of the bad memories. And because of the same, we will have grudges. Because of the same, we will have that negative vibration all within us continuously going on. Because of that, if suppose memories are associated with some worldly desires, then we will kept on, feeling that we have to, senses we have to satisfy. And obviously, the memory will give us some chances to develop Kama, Krodha, Mada, Moha, Lobha, Matsari. Obviously, Asuri pravrittis can come out of memory. That is what memory is. That is what happens when memory is going towards bad direction or going to be misused, for example. Now, apohanam, we have to do apohanam. Doing apohanam, doing deletion of the memory itself is developing knowledge or developing gnana. Now, gnana is not something that, okay, that person, Dr. Mayur, no, he remembers all 5,000 pages of this book and all 700 slokas of that. And after remembering 700 slokas, if Dr. Mayur is not able to control himself, then what is the meaning of Dr. Mayur remembering 700 slokas? Okay, so knowledge is not something which is counted in terms of how many pages or how many these shlokas and all you remember. Knowledge is something through which you are able to establish yourself with what is mentioned in the scriptures. Now, to do that itself, cleansing of the memory, that is apohanam, is required because memory is disturbing you, memory is distracting you. So when you remove or when you delete all these negative tendencies of the mind, when you delete your ego, when you delete your memories, when you delete your feeling of sense desires, so on and so forth, at that time you will be able to achieve your better self. So that is what is mentioned in this shloka. Very beautiful shloka. Sarvasya chaham radhi sannivishto mattah smrutir gnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarverahameva vaidyo vedanta krut veda videva chaham. So that is how we will be able to achieve all the knowledge and all the experience on this planet. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. And I think Shiv Shankarji wants to chant Nirvana Shtakam. Please. Shiv Shankarji. Shiv Shankarji.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, please.
Okay, doctor. This is Atma Shatakam or Nirvana Shatakam, chanted by Pujya Swamiji Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya goes in search of Guru, meets his Guru, and the Guru asks him, "Who are you?" Then Shankaracharya says this: Mano buddhya hankara chittani naham na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuh Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham Nacha Prana Sangyo Navai Panchavayuhu Nava Saptadatur Nava Panchakoshaha Navakpani Padau Nachopastapayuhu Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थो न वेदा न यज्ञाः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्तः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
आनन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्.
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर.
Thank you very much, Shiv Shankarji, for such a nice chanting of Nirvana Shatakam. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining in. And I wish with these discussions, it is not only that just we discuss and have some academic euphoria. It is about practicing these things in real life and executing yourself into these practices. Thank you very much.
I want to add one sentence, doctor.
Huh.
Your time was so difficult for a person to find a guru in those days, but you have been kind enough to accept all of us as your disciple, doctor. Dhanyawad, doctor.
Thank you very much. We will chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. With your eyes closed, slowly take your both the hands back. Hold your right wrist with the left palm. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, bend from the root of the back. Touch your forehead to the ground. Express gratitude to Mother Earth, Almighty, your parents and Gurus. Slowly inhale and come up. Slowly release your hands with few blinks. You may open your eyes. Thank you very much, everybody. It is, I think, now 15 minutes extra. Thank you very much. No problem.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you, doctor. Namaskaram.
Namaste. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Namaste, sir. Good night.
Namaste. Shubharatri. 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 Shubharatri, everybody.
Namaskaram, doctor. Shubhratri.
Namaste. Shubharatri. Shubharatri.